Thank you for joining us today to learn more about the pink universal color of love. My name is Suzanne Murphy and I am a color expert, and I'm here today to share with you more about that loving pink energy. Now, did you know that pink is the universal color of love, and it's a wonderful energy to use on yourself and others? And during this video, I'm going to be teaching you lots of tips and techniques on how you can tap into that beautiful pink ray. Now, the pink energy is one of the highest and fastest vibrations in the world, in the universe rather, and even Albert Einstein was quoted as saying, "Love is light that enlightens those who give and receive it." Isn't that beautiful? Discover more about this amazing energy in this video. Now, today we're going to be talking about also some of the other colors and how they relate to love. And all colors have some component to that love energy. So for example, red is about passion. We already know that red is that energy that excites us, and again, it denotes passion. Orange, on the other hand, is all about intimacy. It's great for those loving relationships with your partner as well as your children. The yellow energy, that's about friendship love. And yellow is also a very curious energy, so it's a great one to build with a friend in regards to topics of conversation, of intellect. Now, the green energy, that's related to the heart, and the heart is all about loving relationships, loving oneself, nurturing. Now, the blue energy, that's about trust, loyalty, and devotion. So again, on a loving level, that means you're devoted to people. Now, what about indigo? That's known as the soulmate energy, and it could be soulmates of a person of the opposite sex. It can also be a soulmate of just a good friend. Now, violet, that's the color of beauty and inspiration. And on that universal loving level, it translates into we're all one. Okay, so on that loving level, we feel very connected to each other because we're all one. And turquoise energy, that's related to both that friendship energy and as well as communication. It's about able to express our inner truth and beauty. But today we're going to be talking mostly about the pink energy. And as I mentioned, it's the universal color of love. Now, Inger Ness writes about the different color intelligence centers and how each one governs our emotions, our thoughts, our beliefs, and our general wellness. However, it's the language of light, which literally is color broken down into the 7 rays. And each color affects us on so many levels, and we know that color stimulates our feelings, that we can further use color to assist us to create a specific mood and ambiance, including the one of love. And in fact, Inger has written a booklet called Make Love in Color, and it's just phenomenal. However, we haven't finished it in English yet, but we'll let you know when it's available. Now, all about pink. Let's talk about the pink energy. It's the highest vibration in the universe, and its next door neighbor is the white light. And of course, white is the speed of light. So as you can imagine, pink is that high vibration. And it's about love. It's about love for ourselves. It's about love for others. It's about love for everything. Animals, plants, the universe, the earth. And pink is what we call a cosmic energy. It's almost invisible like that white light. And this color combines red's passion with white's purity. So if we combine those two energies, then it is about love, but on that passionate level, just a little bit more subtle and a very, very deep level. And because pink is related to universal love, sometimes people get it a little bit confused with the green heart chakra energy. The green energy is more on the physical level, and pink is that more cosmic level. Green has to do with unconditional love, where pink is that universal love. And unconditional love is based on human emotion, whereas pink love is cosmic and it's literally out of this world. And I'm going to give you some tips on how you can use that pink energy. Now, what is the meaning of pink? In the dictionary, pink has several meanings, and the main one is obviously the color between red and white. Also, it's the best condition or degree. And when we go into some of the phrases of pink, we always think about when you're flushed or you have this nice pink tone on your skin. That's one of health. That's what it reflects in that best condition. It also means to decorate, and I'm not sure exactly on that meaning how it fits into the word pink, but it also means a pinking shear. It's a zigzag cut, and so thus the name, the pinking shear. And it's also a herbaceous Eurasian plant with sweet smelling pink flowers. So there's just a few associations to the word pink. Now, what about sayings to do with pink? We have in the pink, which again is indicative of that good health. Also tickled pink, meaning you're elated, you're ecstatic, and it's a very playful and happy energy. It means that you're amused. And what about go pink, indicating someone who is blushing? And many years ago, I belonged to the Pink Flamingo flag football team, and so we always, were doing pink cheers in relationship, of course, to our logo, which was the flamingo. Now, what about pink noise? Now, I never heard this before, but it's actually equal energy per octave, but it's a lower frequency than white noise. Now, we can also consider pink as a youthful energy. And in fact, in my world, pink is considered anti-aging. So when we look at, the fact that it is an anti-aging element, we can use that pink vibration in our skincare products. So I always tell everyone, put a couple drops of that pink rose energy into your serum or your face or body creams. And as well, I love to splash on my face in the morning rose hydrosol or helichrysum hydrosol, because again, they relate to that pink energy. And of course, who doesn't want to always stay looking young and healthy? Now, pink is symbolic of innocence and a young girl. And, again, if we think of some of the terminology in the English language, we think of pink when it comes to little girls and baby blue when it comes to little boys. But we can associate that pink energy with childhood and unabashed play. Also, we can connect it with sweetness, nicety, niceness, gentleness, kindness, and it reveals a willingness to embrace wonder and childlike creativity. It's a little bit different than the orange energy. Again, it's more of a softer hue, but nonetheless, it's created to or connected to a creative mind. Now, because pink merges red's passion with the purity of white, it's a color that denotes affection and kindness. Again, it's the subtlety of passion. Pink is the softer energy of the red color, but it's a harder energy than white. And pink contains the power of that red conviction, but it's not as abrasive. Rather, it is that kinder and gentler energy. Now, pink can fight for its convictions. It can fight for what's right, and it often will connect to a cause in life, and that would be something humanitarian. A lot of people who do service work radiate that pink glow. And because I have analyzed thousands of auras, it's just amazing to me. Those people who do service work often have that pink energy, not only radiating it around them, but in their thoughts. I mean, this is what's amazing, that just the way they think on that pink level. Now, a darker pink, such as sort of like what I'm wearing, expresses a stronger intensity of that red heightened energy, but it is very much connected to being less aggressive and calmer in nature. And in fact, they discovered there was a Baker Miller pink color that they were painting holding cells to reduce the aggression of cellmates. And what they did learn is that initially the inmates were very calm in that Baker Miller pink, but eventually I guess the red would get to them a little bit and the aggressiveness would return. And I always tell everyone, color is always based on uniqueness. Sometimes you only need a little bit of that color to get that mood, to feel that energy, and sometimes you need a lot more. And maybe that has to do with your level of energy. So If you're lacking that pink energy, you may need to have an abundance in your life to really create that loving energy, versus if you have lots of pink already, you would need little pink to trigger your pink more so. And it's always about a balance. If you have too much pink, it could just be denoting too much of the excess energy. So for example, pink is about love and kindness, where maybe with too much pink, it would just be too much kindness. And that could interfere with your life if you're always considering everyone else other than yourself. Now, on that deep pink level, we know it's that kind-hearted energy. And other words to describe pink would be compassion, caring, concern, sympathy, warmth, warmth-heartedness, motherliness, gentleness, benevolence, generosity, and humaneness. Or we could also look at some other words that are more on that loving level of fondness, devotion, ongoing kindness, and sentimentality. It's where you don't want to inflict any pain or suffering on anybody or anything. This is a pure love vibe, and it's altruistic in every sense of the word. And again, when you're connected to somebody who's in the pink, so to speak, then it would be somebody who's just always loving in nature. And as I mentioned earlier, we associate pink with good health, which is why it's even used in the breast cancer movement. Now, what some of you might be waiting for is learning about pink and romance. Because pink is that red lightened energy with that white hue added, it can be a very passive color in the short term, but it could also excite you over a longer period of time. And so it can be really good to have that loving energy in the bedroom to connect to that love energy. And also when it's in abundance, then it will make you just be a bit more on that passionate level of love. And just so you know, pink can make people shyer. So although red is known as that inner confident energy, the one of courage, pink, again with a lot of white added, would be a little bit more passive and not as aggressive. So therefore, it could denote somebody who's very shy in nature. And again, it's about the level of pink, because if it's more of a red pink, then of course, maybe that excitement would come out more so. Pink is about love and romance, and it's not about the sexual act itself. It is the hand-holding energy. It's the candlelight dinners. It's a very, very romantic energy. So for holiday time, especially for Valentine's Day or other holidays that might relate to that loving energy like Mother's Day, we can use that pink energy. And it's a good energy to spark or rekindle affection. Sometimes when a relationship gets a little dull, then we can bring in that pink energy to just sort of give us more of that sense of devotion and romance. Now in romance novels, the writer often writes with that pink tone because, again, it's about that loving energy. And it deals with love in that sentimental or idealized way. Now, that might not always be typical of your own relationships because, again, when they use that pink, it's about the hero, it's about chivalry. And we would like to see that in society. So, again, in romance novel, that is usually very exaggerated. But if we want to be more heroic or more chival, then that pink energy is the color we want to bring in. And it's about doing good deeds rather than just the right thing to do. And again, when we think about that pink energy, it's about humanity. It's about humanitarian issues. And so when we bring up our pink vibe, then we're wanting to do things to help others. And it's done in a way of just wanting to give with no thought of receiving. Because remember, it's conditional love that is about, hey, if you give somebody something, you expect something in return. But when it comes to the universal love, it knows no boundaries of space and time. It's endless. It's endless love. Now, too much pink can contribute to naivety and neglect to live in the real world because it has a lot of white flavor in it. That white can be a color that can disconnect us. And again, if we're always thinking about wanting to help others and with little thought of ourselves, then that can get frustrating because then the pink energy is overused and it's not contributing to, participating in life in the manner that we need to. And too much pink can make you feel inactive, dull, or boring because again, that whiteness, that purity color is one of softness, but sometimes when we talk, we need to talk with a little bit of passion or excitement or joy in our voice. We can't always be at that loving level, even though we may want to. Now, pink is that unselfish energy where little thought of one can exist. And you may only choose to see the beauty of life and avoid any hardships. Now that's the negative side of pink, and where it contains too much white, and the result is that disconnect from reality. And it would be an unwillingness to take life seriously and only wanting to see the world through those rose-colored glasses. And yes, we need to be idealistic, but we do have to live here on this planet. So even though I'd love to say that love is what makes the world go round, in essence it does. However, we still have to deal with our day-to-day tasks. So sometimes we may need our yellow hat on, or our red pants on, or whatever color we need to help us create or help us to get to our goals that day. Now, pink is that universal color of love. It's about that heavenly and angelic energy. It has no perception of space and time, and its frequency is very fast as it's close to the speed of light, that white light. And anything that is a true pink healing tool can have a profound effect on your spirit. And again, when you encompass yourself, when you engulf yourself with one vibration, your mood, your attitude, your disposition will change to that frequency, because once you're surrounded by a certain vibe, then that's what's going to start to stimulate your energy to have the emotions, the thoughts, the ideas, the beliefs of that energy. Pink energy is a universal energy. It knows no boundaries. It's endless, and it's connected to selflessness. It is connected to nobility, self-sacrificing. It is a very humanitarian energy. And on a universal level, you give love freely without little thought, or without no thought of it coming back to you being reciprocated. Love is love, is love. Is to be loved, is to know love, to show love. It's love. And when you're connected to this energy, it is part of you. Your acts of kindness are random, and often you don't think about anything. It just becomes part of who you are. And in other forms, it could be a compliment, a good deed. It could be giving to charity. It could be volunteer work. That's all about that pink loving vibe. And it's not something you brag about, it's just something you do without thought. It has nothing to do with the ego. So more about pink. Pink is that nurturing color, and it is divine. It's as pure can be. It is that godly energy. And when you're hard on yourself or others, that's time you've got to bring in that pink ray. And I remember years ago teaching a class about how I sometimes work with the pink energy, and I do it on a I guess an invisible level. When I'm seeing that somebody's having a bad day, I will send them that pink loving vibe coming from the universe, coming from me, coming from, the heavens that be. And I just imagine that person being engulfed with that pink energy. And I could tell you a couple stories about that. One time I was in a store, and the clerk, I could see I was in line, and there was a few people ahead of me, and she was just not having a very good day. She was in a bad mood, and as she was putting the groceries in the bag, she was doing it quite aggressively with you can tell, a bit of anger behind it. And as I was in line, I kept sending her that beautiful pink loving energy. And sometimes I think about, sending pink flowers to a person, or, like I said, engulfing them in that pink energy. And as I approached, I actually saw her glance at me at one point. And then finally, when I came up to the till, she almost seemed a little startled, and she said, "How are you today?" And I went, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing wonderful too. And all of a sudden I could see her whole misdemeanor changed. And when she was packing my groceries, she was doing it with a lot of thought, or what I would think is the love intention, because I had been sending her all that loving energy. And I just, as I left, wished her an absolutely wonderful day. And it was just such a beautiful pink energy exchange. And a similar thing happened again, where I could tell that the person serving me wasn't in the best mood, and I could tell that they were a little bit snippy. And every time they asked me a question, I'd say, "Whatever you do is perfect." And so when she was filling up the weight in this container, she said, "How's this?" And I went, "It's wonderful. It's just perfect." So I was just, trying to make her day really easy. And at the same time, I'm sending all this beautiful pink loving energy. And you could, again, just see how her mood changed because I was engulfing her with that pink ray. So sometimes we could do this on a very subtle level. And after this class that I taught about the pink, it was so cute because the family, and it was a mother and a father and their son, when they were going on their way home, they were at the airport and they actually missed their flight. And so, of course, and I shouldn't say of course, but the person behind the counter was saying, "I'm sorry you missed your flight. You're going to have to pay for new tickets. And I don't even know if I can get you on a flight out now tonight because it was too late." And she was, what they described to me, that she was very irritated and not very friendly. And so they thought to themselves, okay, why don't we huddle in a group and, send this woman the pink loving energy. Well, after about 10-15 minutes, the person came back and said, "Guess what? I got you on a flight. You don't have to pay for new tickets. We'll get you home tonight." And all of a sudden, that person who seemed irritated was much more friendly. And they were, the family that was at my class were just going, "Oh my goodness, it must be that pink vibration." So again, pink is that very nurturing color, and it's awesome to use whenever you're having a hard day, or when you're seeing that somebody is having some hardships. Just imagine sending them that beautiful pink ray. And because pink comes to you from the heaven above, it encompasses you in that loving and infinite, unendless energy. And it passes no judgment. It is just pure love. And it's a great color to send to other people. As I mentioned to you, send them an invisible pink bouquet of flowers, or, in some way, just imagine that pink energy coming to them. And pink is a really nice healing energy. So again, what you can do is, if you have a problem or an issue, just send that pink loving light and see how it unfolds into a more loving way. And remember, you can use tools to amp up your vibration. Sometimes it's hard for us to envision something. And I always remember when Inger Ness created Color Bath, that's one of the reasons why she created it, was to help with the intention, because not everybody can envision things. However, by using tools that amp up that vibration, it's another way to get to where you want to go. And I tell everyone, my days are pretty well action-packed. So sometimes when I use color, I do it in that subliminal or unconscious way that I know I'm reaping the benefit of that color frequency without giving it a lot of thought. And in fact, because pink is anti-aging, this is, another way that we can use the vibration to just sort of turn back the hands of time. There was this book that I read, and it was all about that loving pink energy, where the woman would actually envision the pink energy on her brown spots, on her wrinkles, and she actually showed pictures before and after, and you could blatantly see that the liver spots on her hand, the brown spots on her hand, were disappearing. So again, that's that cosmic pink energy. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I do during my day that encompass that pink vibe. So there's certain things that I have at my bedstand. There's other tools that I have in my bathroom. There's some tools I have on my desk at work. I plant things all over the place, so this way I get to where I want to go during my day. And at the end of the day, and sometimes in the morning, I'll actually use our pink unconditional love. And it's so easy, you just have to do a couple squirts above your head and bring in that loving pink energy. I got a little bit of that spray in my mouth. Don't do it when you're talking. Just make sure that you're spraying that loving pink energy, and the smell is just so heavenly. And in fact, you can give a squirt on your heart chakra, again, just to bring up that loving vibe. And because I have this in my bedroom, it's something that I like to go to sleep with, meaning I like to spray my bed linen, my pillows, and I also spray my dog and my partner. I love to share that beautiful pink energy before I go to bed. Now, the unconditional love also comes as a mother essence in a roll-on bottle, and with this you just take off the cap, and with all our essences that are roll-on, we just roll a little bit into the palm of our left hand, rub our hands together, and take 3 breaths in to bind the body, mind, and spirit. By inhaling the essence, what you're doing is you're charging all levels of your being, body, mind, and spirit. And it's just a very powerful essence. I had one of my practitioners that actually told me she would take it and roll it in the shape of the heart on the heart chakra, again, just to strengthen that loving energy with symbolism. Now we also have some floral waters. We have the rose and the helichrysum. And helichrysum is known for healing scar tissue. So again, you can feel those rejuvenative powers in a floral water and rose water. And either of them make great body and face sprays. And in fact, what I do is sometimes I'll take about an ounce and I'll mix it into my bottle of moisturizing lotion, or my actually the rose essential oil. I'll put a couple drops in my serum just to again bring in that loving pink energy and assist with any anti-aging aspects that those oils give us. And again, all you do with a spray is just spray on your face, on your body, above your head, and just breathe in that loving pink energy. And there are other pink oils that we do have. We have the Pink Cosmic Energy Blend, and this one has rose oil in it as well as palmarosa, and combined it makes just a loving perfume. You can just put it on your pulse points, on the on your neck, behind your ears. Wear it as perfume, because rose is one of those gorgeous energies that again is just so beautiful for self-love and nurturing. And we tend to sometimes be just way too hard on ourselves, and so I like these tools just to bring in for nurturing. And for love, we have Love is in the Air, and it's Love is in the Air, Enhance the Romance. Just either wear this as a body perfume, or you can add some to your massage oil. And we also have it in a diffuser mix, so you can disperse it in the air and again have that loving energy. And in fact, this weekend, I did a color bath with the pink energy, and I put in rose oil just to have that beautiful pink frequency, and I combined it with some Himalayan salts. So I did a pink bath with pink Himalayan salts and the pink rose oil. Oh, it was just so divine. And again, it's just full of love. And you may have noticed that I'm actually wearing pink rose quartz. This is a very beautiful energy to wear on you, because that pink ray will, the pink rose quartz will just emit its pink ray to come into your body. Now, other oils, I mentioned the rose oil, but also we have Petite Grain, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Palmarosa, that are all in the pink flavor. So beautiful oils. And we do have an Alchemy pink massage oil, and we do have the pink essence that matches that. And if you're into gemstones, we do have pink quartz crystal that you can use. Other stones would be like rhodonite, pink aventurine, pink opal, those all have the pink energy. Now, when I'm doing gemstone therapy, I always take one of my essential oil blends, and in this case I'll just show you with Love is in the Air, by anointing that chakra point with an essential oil and placing the gemstone on top. What you've done is you've anointed your body with the frequency. By placing the stone on top, you're amping up the energy of that pink vibe. As you're using an oil, it almost acts as a enhancer of gemstone therapy. So it's a great tool to use together, oils and gemstones. Okay, so those are, oh, almost forgot one more thing. You can wear pink glasses. And of course, when you put the glasses on, what you're doing is you're seeing the world, you know, in that rosy lens. And if you want a little bit darker color than pink, you can also go to the magenta, which is a little bit stronger with that red energy. So those are some tools that you can use. Oh, I actually forgot one more here, rosehip oil. This is a wonderful oil for your skin. And in South America, this is a staple in people's medicine cabinets, because in South America, you're exposed more to sunshine. And rosehip oil, which actually is harvested in Brazil, is naturally nourishing for dry skin. So when you're overexposed to the elements, this is a really nice oil to put on your body and your face when your skin is dry or you need more nourishment. So it's really great for wrinkles. Okay, so those are all kinds of ways you can amp up your pink energy, and you can access the pink tools on our shopping site, colorenergyshop.com. And if you're interested in becoming a wholesaler, just give us a call at 1-800-225-1226 and we can set you up with an account. And if you're interested in receiving more information, please let me know. I've got different articles that I've created in regards to the pink energy. This is things that I've been talking about today. So send us an email and I'm happy to send you these articles as a free gift for watching this video. I hope this has been helpful to amp up your pink energy and send out the signal of love to the world.